Hello, this is Christina. Christina is trying to apply for a loan to finance her new car. Christina has a high-paying job, good credit, and even has a cosigner. Unfortunately, Christina's application gets denied. Christina is taken back by hearing the news that she won't be able to buy her dream car. She is unable to understand why she was denied, because she seems to be the perfect applicant on paper. She decides to call her bank, where she gets in contact with Brad. Let's see if they are able to discover the problem. This is Brad. Brad works at ABC Bank. He is a manager of the bank and handles customer complaints from time to time. Brad gets the call from Christina about her rejected application. Brad is able to review Christina's application in the system and is just as confused as Christina about why she got denied. He lets her know that he will look into this problem immediately and will be in contact with her soon. Brad decides to review other applicants and the software used to review them to see why certain applicants are being rejected. Brad quickly realizes that the applicants have some things in common, such as gender and race. The software must be denying people based on their social characteristics and not their financial background. Brad is obviously worried about this, as any bank manager would be. The bank is losing potential revenue by denying clients and giving customers a poor first experience with them. Brad knows he needs to come up with a solution, so he begins looking into their current application sorting process. The current way that banks process loan applications is by using software that looks at the applicant's personal information to help in deciding whether or not each person should get approved. The most important factors they look at include credit history, employment history, cash flows, and character. Some banks use software in order to sort applications that come in. The software sorts applications using keywords such as full name, date of birth, social security number, and gross income. The process is problematic because software can create discrimination from keywords or other portions of the application. Software discrimination is a growing concern. Discrimination shows up in many software applications such as advertisements, but in many business areas it could result in serious negative consequences. As lenders, using artificial intelligence in software applications for loan approvals can save both time and money in the application process. Artificial intelligence is a computer system that is able to perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. Systems that can handle these capabilities allow the process of loan approvals to become much easier because it does not require an employee to go through each document of an application. While it is illegal to discriminate based off race, gender, or age, software can unintentionally become biased off these factors after extended use. Unintentional bias can form from implementation bugs, component interaction, or an accidental automatic machine-learned property from originally biased data. This unintended bias creates a problem for both the applicant as well as the lender. Not only can applicants unfairly get denied for a loan that other applicants with the exact same qualifications get approved for, but banks can lose out on many good business opportunities. This is where BiasFighter comes in. BiasFighter is a software that uses machine learning to avoid bias in applications. BiasFighter is specifically tailored to medium-sized banks, but can also be customized to fit larger or smaller institutions. The software works by using algorithms to look at the fields within the application in order to decide whether an applicant should be approved or denied. The artificial intelligence aspect continuously learns when bias is unintentionally created. The software works because employees will be periodically running tests through the company's CRM system and checking for any bias that may have been created. The employees are then able to access the code in the software that is creating the bias and stop it from denying people who are credible applicants. BiasFighter will continue to monitor machine learning of identified characteristics to avoid any discrimination originally created by the software. Here is a graph of loan denial rates from 2008 to 2016. There is a large difference in percentage rates based on different races. Here is a graph of a bank that began using BiasFighter in January. The denial rates also start off at a wide range, but as months go on, the application forces percentages to balance out. By the end of the year, denial rates are the same for all races. BiasFighter software offers a unique opportunity to analyze the source of bias in loan approvals. For example, it can identify two individuals identical in every way except for a single characteristic, such as race. The characteristics that are tested will be considered biased if they pass a certain discrimination threshold. A threshold is based off a percentage given by the user for what they deem would be considered discrimination. The majority of the cost of software comes from the people who are creating it. Hiring people who are extremely advanced in machine learning and artificial intelligence will be vital to the software development. The average salary of someone who obtains an artificial intelligence degree, such as computer and information research scientist, is around $112,000 annually. In order to create the software, a team of developers must come together. A team of 3 to 5 members will be necessary to create the medium-sized software solution. This number of developers is best for high communication levels and achieving high productivity levels. Assuming the project, including creation and testing, will take anywhere between 4 to 9 months, this equates to the business solution costing between $112,000 and $420,000. The typical cost of an average-sized software application is between $75,000 and $250,000. The higher cost of BiasFighter's software is due to the level of expertise that is required. All of our software engineers will be highly trained in artificial intelligence with at least 5 years of work in the field. With BiasFighter, there is also an option of the software being customizable, meaning that it could end up being more expensive or less expensive depending on the size of the bank that is using it. The size of the bank and the number of customers filling out the loan applications will affect the cost of the software. It will depend on what these banks are looking for in a non-biased application.
Although the cost is higher than a typical software application, there are several benefits of BiasFighter in the workplace. BiasFighter will create a more efficient, more accurate process for sorting through loan applications. Banks will not have to wonder if there is any bias being created from their software, because BiasFighter seeks to eliminate it completely. The increased rate of accuracy will create a more productive environment. Customer service will not need to be answering complaints from people who are wrongfully denied their loans. Employees will also avoid having to restart the loan process because BiasFighter will get it right the first time. The company can also expect to see an increase in revenue. The banks have been missing out on the opportunity to gain revenue from customers with the correct qualifications due to bias. We can use a mortgage as an example. In 2017, the average American applying for a mortgage was seeking a loan of over $309,000. The average interest rate of mortgages in America is 4.1% for a 30-year mortgage. As long as the customer pays on time, this amounts to $380,070 being accounted for in simple interest. The company could gain a large amount of revenue just by adding a few more clients to their profile. And they would be adding reputable clients who wouldn't make them worry by not paying their loan back on time. The revenue gained after using BiasFighter significantly outweighs the costs that are needed to put into it. After ABC Bank used their free trial with BiasFighter, Christina got approved for her car loan and even a mortgage. ABC Bank began buying the products monthly since Christina's situation went so well. Brad noticed that less customers were being denied for their loans and that less people filed complaints. Because of BiasFighter, ABC Bank was able to have happier customers while also gaining more revenue from their loans.